Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Monday Coffee. And this morning, I'm actually recording it on Monday morning, and I got my coffee right here. I want to check in with all of you and see how you're doing. This is a couple weeks now into kind of this feeling of isolation. How are we feeling? Maybe some of you are feeling like you're missing your friends, your family. Others, maybe you're feeling a bit helpless, that there's not much you can do within this time frame except stay at home. And that's pretty much all you can do, and that's a pretty helpless feeling. And I think we're all feeling that in some way or form. And I just want to, if you guys want to share, you could share in the comments. You can email me at jordan@newhopepres.org so we could just check in on each other each week and see how we're doing as the time moves on. One of the things that I've been thinking about the last week and was really struggling with deciding if I wanted to talk about it on Monday Coffee was this idea of the economy and human lives. And of course, name the elephant in the room. The president last week had said that he wondered if the cure was worse than the virus itself. And so the ideas that were floated around last week was to just reopen the economy, act like nothing has changed, and put a lot of lives at risk. And I think this is a tough subject because we all have our different views on politics, on the president, on this virus in general. If you've seen some of the data that we have actually separated by political party, even on this virus. One party believes that this is an actual threat. The other party thinks we are overblowing it. So we are polarized and partisan on even a virus that affects us all. It got me thinking about what does it mean for Christians to think about this idea of reopening the economy or still isolating and trying to save human lives. And it brought me to think about ProLife. What does that mean? And that has a political connotation to it. It's mostly, we feel like it's talking mostly about abortion. But I think in my own personal life and faith journey, I have changed my views on what it means to be pro-life. And that, for me, specifically, it means to be pro-life across the board, from birth to death. And so that includes like the death penalty. Do we have the right to put people to death, or do they still have another chance with God? And is there still redemption available there? And so then everything in between, it could be so many different things. So like right now, the topic would be, which is more pro-life, opening the economy again and helping people flourish, or staying kind of more closed down to help others and the most vulnerable in our communities not die from this virus. And so that creates a big question for us. And so what would it mean for both arguments to look at this in a pro-life attitude? And I think back to the Bible, and just to back up my ideas of pro-life, I think throughout the Bible, God in the story of Christianity is pro-life. From the very beginning in the creation story, God created the world and said it was good, and he said to go and multiply and to flourish. He wanted human flourishing. And then, even to the point where Jesus came, Jesus died for us. God came in human form and died for us. If that doesn't tell you that God values human flourishing, I don't know what will. And then the acts of Jesus when he was on earth, saving the woman caught in adultery, from getting stoned to death, and so many more examples. So what I want to do then is, for me this week, what's given me hope is trying to kind of think about this whole situation from a pro-life perspective, as a Christian perspective, and what it means to love our neighbor as ourself and to help human flourishing. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue this conversation next week on Monday Coffee. And in the meantime, what I want you to do is either email me your comments, or on Facebook you can comment underneath, or even on Vimeo you can comment underneath about what does pro-life mean to you? And what does it mean to you, especially in this moment? Because I think the more we talk to each other about tough topics like this, the better we get for it. So that's what's given me hope this week. So as we are quarantined, give me your comments, send them to me, and we'll talk more next week. Have a good week.